啊，我们班那个新同学一看到我，然后就把那个往下按。Hello Kevin, Hello Jason, Jason，我听说你回到中国以后吃的太多，然后每天都拉。I heard something about you. Yeah. Hello Kelvin, how are you, Kelvin?
Bad.
Are you
Super
better? 啊？为什么把这
bad.
bad 怎么了呀？老师抱一抱，hug hug。
我头痛。
头痛啊？你是不是 COVID 了呀？
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're. Hello, Oliver. Hello, Andy. Andy, where's your sister?
I
你姐姐呢？
I don't know.
哎，你姐姐呢
I
？Hi,
don't
Andy
know.
说。你妈也不看我，你是不是戴着耳机？你姐姐呢？Where's Vicky?
I don't know.
Hello, Kelvin. So you're new here, okay? So we're going to just like usual. We haven't seen. Oh, Vicky's here. 那你就说你姐姐马上就来了，不就完了吗？他说 I don't know。哎，那个叫什么？Jason，the other day Calvin saw you.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay. Hello, Vicky.
Hi.
你看，我们家狗马上来了，我们家狗马上来了。Okay. Okay, so boys and girls, like I said, okay, we haven't seen each other for the whole semester of summer. And can you tell me something about you? Because I know Jason is having a wonderful summer because he eats too much and he poo and poking all the time. Blah, blah, 全上下动。Okay, and I know Calvin being to Montreal and go to the Halifax and everything, right, Calvin? Calvin 今天已经不行了，Calvin 今天不行。Calvin，那你今天不行了，也不能看别的东西的，我跟你说，你还是要看我的，知道吗？OK，OK，、好了，Andy and Vicky，where did you go？哎呀，你下去，你下去，我们没给
暑
你。
假吗？
对啊，你们今年暑假去哪儿了？
我回中国了。
Oh, I'm jealous. Oliver went back as well. How about you, Kevin?
也回中国。
我不上课了，这个整个班就只有我没有回。Okay, so everybody, I want to tell you where I go. Okay, I went to United States, and because my daughter won the trophy of the American math competition, and I get the chance to know the whole entire team of American math team. Okay, so just to let you know one thing, it is very, very excited because I know before I was in the team of China, so I didn't know that actually the whole entire of Team America has got into the MIT directly. Everybody? No surprise? No.
Yes, we are surprised.
Okay, yeah. So there's only one girl in the team, and she's not only get accepted by MIT, Harvard, and also some others very good university. And you know what? She got enrolled when she's only 11, grade 11. And another three boys, when they're only grade 10, they already get accepted by the MIT. Okay, so now I'm going to explain why they're going to accept it by MIT or by Stanford or
老
Harvard.
师，我去上个厕所。
OK，好，你要不要直播上厕所
不用。
？OK，
我还没有。
那我告诉你们，听我说啊，我们为什么老师要告诉你们这个？So why they get enrolled so early is because they finish the AP very early. Okay, so each of them get 7 or 8 AP classes when they're even only grade 10 or grade 11. Get it, everybody? So also they finished all the classes in school. So the thing is, everybody, if you want to get accepted by a very good university, I'm going to suggest you to do something like math competition or something else competition. Also, you can get your AP ahead of them, ahead of your classmates. Understand, Kevin? Okay. So that is the my class is going to establish. Okay. So now let's go back to the today's classing. So enough time for the la di da. So I have wasted your 5 minutes. So the class will be end at 9:08, 9:05. Okay. Get it? So I'm a very fair teacher, right? I la-di-da for 5 minutes and I give you back 5 minutes. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So everybody, so this semester, we're going to start the grade 10 math. Okay, so I'm going to explain there are altogether 8 chapters. Okay, so,哎呀，Vicky 又开始吃东西了。好怪，每次一上我的课你就开始吃东西。Every, I hate you. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So Kevin, can you tell me, do you understand what is a metric system, imperial system, and surface area of the volume of the prism, pyramid, and cylinders?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know this ones, right? So we're going to spend a little bit time to review this one, but not this week, because this one, I will put it into the last, because this is part is the less important. Okay, so why I said it's less important is because this part is not going to be testifying any AP at all, no matter it's AP Calculus AB or AP Calculus BC. Get it, everybody? But this part is going to testify in your school math. Not that important because my class is more like free AP. Understand, Kevin? Okay, so by learning that, you will go to AP the sooner. So let's take a look at the second one, the radicals. Okay, Jason, do you understand what is radicals? Okay, good. So I think we learned it last term already, right? So it's greatest common factor and least common multiple. Who doesn't know that? Vicky, do you know that? 就是最小公倍数和最大公因数。
哦，
我用中文说你就知道了，对不对？对 ，Andy, you understand, right? So no problem. And also the rational and irrational numbers and simplify the radicals. I'm going to spend very little time for that. For instance, if you have 16 and you have 16 squared, so equals what? Equals 4. Correct? If you have 32, so equals what? Equals 4 times 4 times 2. So it's 4 and the square root 2. I'm going to spend maybe 20 minutes on that, and we can go through this one with no problem at all. So the exponent notations, and this is part we're going to spend a little bit of time. But metric system, a lot of people, it's not very understandable, so we don't need to do that. So now let's move forward to the chapter 3. So the polynomial is the very important chapter. Okay, not only grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12, and AP, all of them, this part is going to be the most important chapter in grade 10, one of the most important things, because this one is going through all the grade 3, grade 10, grade 11, and grade 12, and AP. Every single subject needed this chapter. So we're going to spend a lot of time on that. And relations and functions. This is important as well. So great, chapter 3 and chapter 4. Chapter 5 is all about functions, linear functions, and linear equations. So they're the same thing. Okay, so chapter 8 is going to be the beginning of the trigonometry. Okay, a lot of people probably think the trigonometry is the hardest part in the math, but not necessarily in my class. Because you know what? Because I tried this chapter on a grade 3 student. Okay, I tried it on him, and 1 hour later, he can do 8-1, 8-2, 8-3, and 8-4 with no problem at all. Get it?
What if he's a prodigy and he is just really good at math?
No, he's not really good at math. He's only grade 3. 我跟你说，他再 good at math, 他也不可能有你们 good at math. Okay, so the reason I'm telling you all of them is because math is a subject with some special techniques. Okay, Kevin? Everybody can get it 100%. But without the method, you can still get 100%, but you need to spend more time. Okay, Andy, Jason, Kevin, and Vicky, the reason you're attending my class is I want you to get 100% with less time. So this is my target. My target is not only 100%. I want you to learn it with less time. So let me tell you something about myself, okay? When I was at your age, I was the team of China to compete in math competition, right? Math Olympic. So Jason know that and Kevin know that. I only spent 3 hours studying. instead of all my like classmates, the other ones spending like 6 or 8 hours. So I do have a very good method. So you need to, Oliver, the thing you need to learn from me is method. Understand, everybody? So I'm going to teach you the method, not tons of questions. The tons of questions is going to be going back to home and you practice yourself. Get it, Jason? Okay, so we can save our time. So this 90 minutes is only about the calculation, sorry, the method. So everybody, so today, don't be surprised. So we're going to move forward directly to the trigonometry. Okay? So we're going to move forward to the hardest one. Is that okay, Mickey? Okay, good. Is it okay, Andy? Andy 说 Vicky 都已经说 OK 了，我可以说不 OK 吗？啊，这样子很没面子的，对不对？Okay, Kevin, just let you know, Vicky and Andy, they're twins. I know they don't look like the same, but they're twins. 完全不像，是不是 Andy? 啊，sorry，
我们是一卵双胞胎啊。
我知道没有 twins 啊。我们这种没有 twins 的人来讲，我们就觉得哦，你们两个好奇怪啊，你们俩是 twins，可是你们俩长得一点都不像。
Wait, 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 wait,
只
wait,
有
wait,
图案才长得一样。
对，谁要跟他长得一样，对不对？
wait. We forgot to do the calculations.
Yeah, we're going to do the
thing.
calculation. Yes, but I just to go tell you the process. Okay, so today we're going to learn the trigonometry. So again, everybody, 5 minutes. So Kevin, you're the new here, so just let you know, we're going to do the calculation for warm up our brain. Okay, 让你的头脑开始舒服起来。Okay, so 5 minutes, so 50 questions. So let me just
老师
yeah，你可以不做，好不好？
my brain doesn't work.
Yeah, I let you. 你今天在生病，你今天 COVID，我可以让你不做，好吧？你下次不上，没有
哦
没有开笑的，
COVID.
不是 COVID，不是 COVID，OK？ So everybody 5。哎，我跟你讲，我们再跟你说一句闲话，小朋友们，我另外2个班的小朋友这50道题做的都像屎一样，我跟你讲，一个夏天不做都不会做了。Okay, so let me just start to share. Okay. So one, 哎呀 ，Vicky， 你把吃的东西放下来做题了，快点。Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
7.
开会用
得念出来啊。
开会用嘴巴做。
30. 60. 4乘9是啥？ 76. 17. 28. 63, 71, 47, 52. 不行。
Vicky 加油 ，Andy 加油，打败 Vicky。
哦，
老师，我发烧了。
真的吗？你要不要我给你？你叫你爸爸妈妈，我等下给你妈妈发一个短消息，让他们给你烧点姜汤。
我喝了已经。
你喝了吗？姜汤喝了？你是不是着凉了呀？前2天去打篮球，我看你妈妈给我发你那个比赛的视频。
哟，还打篮球呢。
你快点做 Vicky，不要聊天。
我在做。
Wendy 一脸生无可恋的样子。
啊，不会做了。
我跟你说吧，一个暑假不做，压力挺大的。我跟你讲，我有一个小朋友，在暑假之前可以做50道题的，就是5分钟都做完了，现在就做24道，他人都昏了，做一半，
嗯，
对吧？一招不练就不行，我跟你说啊，真是老师1分钟都不能放过你们，
牛。
这都是爱，知道吧？
能不要这种爱吗？
不行，我一定要爱你，爱你们，爱的不要不要的。
老师，我肚子好痛。
啊，真的吗？
还带病上课呢。
对啊，他就是我们的吉祥物。你想不想
吉祥物
睡觉啊，Kevin？
睡过了已经。
睡过了吗？这2天不要去上学了。
嗯，
这么好啊？
Vicky，你能不能好好做题？
我马上就做完了。
真的吗？还有
对呀，你不信
6秒，
吗？
我不信，我怎么不信呢
真的。
？Kevin，你还有几题？
我
没有，我说另外一个 Kevin，你叫 Kelvin，他叫 Kevin。
还有挺多。
对，加油啊！
我还有3行，最底下3行。
你不说话早就做完了。
这不是你不相信我吗？
哎，你等
时间到了吗？
OK，Andy 做完了啊，你怎么办？那个叫什么 Oliver 也做完了，Jason 也做完了。哎呀，好了好了，完蛋了完蛋了，
现在
完了。
哇多久了？
还有最后3秒、2秒、1秒。叮叮叮！OK，everybody， Okay, so please calculate how many questions you didn't do, okay? Or how many questions you did. Okay, so Kevin, just listen to me, okay? So this is your first time doing those questions, and the rest of your classmates has been bullying by me for like a couple years already. So don't feel like hesitate or you feel like, oh, why they can finish, I can't. And you know what? All of them cannot finish at the very beginning, okay? And they're just acting like rabbits. They said, oh, I don't want to do it. So this is very normal. But Kelvin, I want to, like I explained to every single questions, every single student in my class. So the reason we're doing this is because you're going to benefit from this when you're doing the chapter 3 to 7, okay? The chapter 3 to 7, because, you know, they're actually, all of them are linear equations, okay? And they're just basically calculate, it's the basic, the techniques of algebra. Okay, if you can do these very quickly, so think about it, this is just x, get it? So it is just 100 minus 16 equals 51 plus x. So all the bracket is actually x. So if you can do those questions very quickly, so all your algebra method is going to be
这
step.
期别发了。
对，他们以前都做很多个的。Okay, okay, so
Mm.
don't worry about it. So just I hope this one's just to warm up your brain. So we're going to just move forward. Jason, are you ready to go to the trigonometry? Because something like that, I think most of the parents has already forgot. And Carrie Luo, I know you have learned this one already, right?
Harry 罗，
Yeah, he is like me. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, he learned it already. But the thing is, Carrie, we're going to finish the whole chapter in one class. So this is the best time for you to review all of them. Get it? Okay, so very good. So boys and girls, we're going to go through the trigonometry today. Okay, so you can see the speed, okay? So everybody, trigonometry, first of all, I want to ask Oliver, okay, because you learned it before. So the trigonometry only happened in a specific kind of triangle, what it is.
Right triangle.
Right.
Okay, very good. Right triangle. Good job, Jason. You 没有因为拉肚子和吐，然后把所有的知识都忘了。Okay, good job. Okay, yes. Sorry, Jason. Because when your mom told my husband, and I was like, I deserve him right because he's going back to eat all the good things without me. Okay, so everybody, so all the right triangles, they have 3 specific names for each of the line, right? So the longest one is called
Hypotenuse.
it's called what? Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse. Very good. And the opposite and adjacent is not necessarily always opposite and adjacent, because this opposite is actually opposite of this angle. So that means if the angle, Kevin, is been moving to here, then the adjacent before became opposite, and before opposite became adjacent. Do you understand?
Mhm.
So when we're talking about opposite, is the opposite line of the angle we're talking about. Get it? And there are altogether 3 lines other than opposite and other than the hypotenuse, and the 3rd line is called adjacent. So we have 3 lines for the triangle. Okay, so the trigonometry is actually talking about a ratio. Okay, trigonometry is talking about a ratio. So that's why we are having sine, cosine, and tangent. Okay, so Vicky, you can write it down. Okay, so we're just using this one as an example. So sine theta equals opposite divided by hypotenuse. Cosine theta equals adjacent divided by hypotenuse. And tangent theta equals opposite divided by adjacent. They're talking about the relationship of 3 lines with specific angles. Okay, so everybody, since all the trigonometry only happened in the right triangle, if this is theta, can anybody tell me what is the degree of this one? Everybody, please take a look at my board. What is the degree of this one?
90 degrees minus theta.
Thank you, Oliver. Very good. 90 degrees minus theta. Get it, Jason? Get it, Kevin? Okay, because this is 90 degrees. So the other 2 plus together equals 90 degrees as well. So this is theta, this is 90 minus theta. So everybody, I want you to take a look at this one. So for the sine, 90 minus theta equals what? Equals this opposite, but this opposite for before this theta is adjacent. Hypotenuse. And cosine 90 minus theta equals what? Equals this opposite divided by hypotenuse. And tangent equals what? 90 minus theta equals the before is opposite divided by adjacent, but for this one is adjacent divided by opposite. Okay, so if you take a look at this one, you're going to know that sine 90 minus theta equals cosine theta. And cosine 90 minus theta equals sine theta. And tangent 90 minus theta equals cotangent. So this one we're going to discuss about later. Okay, so everybody, I want you to write down this one together, okay? So sine theta equals cosine 90 minus theta equals opposite divided by hypotenuse. Yeah, Vicky 一点笔记都没有做啊，没有做笔记，等下回家以后两眼泪汪汪。我跟你讲，哎，作业一点都
没关系，我看回放。
是这样吗？我跟你讲，我的目标是什么？我的目标就是我们一次性做完，一次性学完，然后学校里面要学1个月的东西，你在这里1节课就能学完。
反正不管怎么说，我都是要看的。
那你就写一写不行吗？
啊，
你
可以啊。
看人家奥利文都会了，还在写呢。
那人家跟我不一样啊。
那什么不一样？不是2个眼睛、1只鼻子、1张嘴吗？还有8条腿。 它有10个手，所以它一边可以写字的时候，还可以一边吃东西，还可以一边打屁股。是了。Okay, when you finish writing, we move forward, okay?
I needed that.
Okay, you need that. Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay,
You
can delete it now.
我就不 delete.
No!
一个非常固执的老师. Okay, so Kevin, did you find out everything? You copied down everything, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So everybody, when you're doing the trigonometry, you need a calculator. Yes, for that moment, the calculator is allowed to be used in every single calculations. So everybody, do you get a calculator? Yes, okay, good. So using a calculator, find the sign. Okay, so I need a scientific answer. Sign calculator. Scientific calculator. Yeah.
Do we need a scientific one?
Yeah,
All right.
please go get one for yourself. Okay, so everybody, please copy down the question first. So we want to know sine 65, cosine 65, and tangent 65. Okay, so now I'm going to share the screen with all of you. Oliver, 这个就可以现在可以去玩一会儿什么屁股啊什么的 ，OK？
Yes.
玩一下打屁股。So everybody, so it's like that. So sine 65, so you get it. So the answer directly show up. Okay, so Kevin, can you see it? So Kevin, and Vicky, I want to show you. So what does it mean? 什么叫 sine 65度等于0.90630778703336 Okay, so Oliver, at this moment, I want you to listen as well. Because for the other class, I just asked you, I just told you how to calculate it, but I never explained, correct? Okay, so for this class, I need you to understand why sine 65 is equals to 0.96. Understand? So it's more upper level. Okay, so let's take a look at this one, everybody. So since the trigonometry only happened in the right triangle, okay, so this is 65 degrees. That means this is 35 degrees and this is 90 degrees, correct? So this 0.9063 is actually equals to the ratio of this guy divided by this guy. Okay, so actually it doesn't necessarily to be this triangle. It could be any triangle with angle of 65 and 35 and 90 degrees. If you still remember, before we have learned similar triangles. Kevin, I think you still remember when we're learning the similar triangles, similar triangle with the 3 angles exactly the same, it's not necessarily like these 2 triangles are totally equals to each other, correct? Okay, so now I'm going to create a lot of triangles, Jason, with 65, 35, and 90 degrees. Let me show you. Okay, so Kevin, sorry, Oliver, you need to take a look, okay? So this is the angle, triangle, with 65, 35, and 90. This is also the triangle with 65, 35, and 90. This is also the triangle with 65, 35, and 90. This is also the triangle with 65, 35, 90. Do you understand, everybody? So this is actually talking about the ratio. So when the triangles like that is this line divided by this line equals 0.903363. When you're talking about this triangle, Vicky, 就是这条线除以这条线，明白了吗？当如果是更大一个，那就是这个除以这个。所以说，无论这个三角形怎么变， the ratio is always the same because they're similar to each other. Get it, Andy? Get it, Kevin? Okay, so we move back. 如果你们在 grade 9的时候学过 similar triangle，在这里就会发现，其实所有的数学的知识都是连在一起的。Get it, Jason? So this is a similar triangle. So that's why the ratio is the same. Because when we learn the similar triangle, we know the ratio of the similar triangles is always the same. Get it, boys and girls? Okay, so now let's move forward, okay? So let's move forward. So these ones, we don't have to do it at all because this is just calculation. 用 calculator 就可以解决了 ，OK？ 好，那我们来看看，如果一个题目它告诉你度数，你可以直接把它们的 sin、cosine、tangent 求出来。那如果我现在反过来，我告诉你 sin theta 等于0.6358，我能不能把这个 theta 找出来呢？ So this is the 反函数 ，OK？So it's called sin， 这个上面有个 -1， 看到没有，小朋友们 ？OK？ 那这个时候怎么做呢？我们要回到用我们的计算器 ，OK？ 所以回到我们的计算器。这个计算器我不知道怎么用啊，应该是，哎，你们找一找啊，就是在这个上面有一个，你们的计算器上面应该会有一个这样的 sign， 然后 negative 的这样子，有没有？
有啊，
有，对不对 ？Jason 有没有？有 ，OK， 好，那你就把这个数字填进去，0.6358，然后出来的就是 degree，OK， 好。那小朋友们一定要清楚一件事情啊，就是 when you have the degree, then you find out is the ratio of sine, cosine, and the tangent. Okay? If you have the value and backwards you have is a degree. So Oliver, Nikki, and Kevin, remember when you calculate this one, don't forget this little circle is called what? Degree. Okay, Kevin, 千万不要忘了把这个小豆豆加上去。This is the degree, the symbol of degrees. Okay, I think sometimes you can forget. 对吧？你这个人比较毛躁的，对不对？比较容易忘记。Understand? Okay. 哎，谁在那边不停的有那个这个鼠标的声音啊 ？It drives me nuts. 是谁？
我用的平板。
哦，那肯定就是你，真讨厌。Okay. So let's move forward to the question, okay? So solving the right triangle, it means calculate all missing angles and sides. Okay, the first one is very easy. So we have a triangle with x, y, and 12, and this one 35. Can anybody tell me alpha equals what? Jason?
Is it 65?
Okay. 不对。哎，我还哼呢，哼什么？
Wait,
90
A.
减去35等于多少？
Pardon?
90 minus
55.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
But you
wait.
said 65, and I said,
Oops.
You just put me, it just, okay. Okay, so everybody, so other than that, so we know this is 55, but how do we find x and y? Okay, so because we know sine 35 equals opposite, which is y, divided by hypotenuse is 12, correct? And we know sine 35 because using the calculator, we know that sine 35 equals what? Can anybody tell me sine 35 equals what? Andy?
I don't know.
你的 calculator 呢？
老师，我去上个厕所。
我刚想让你帮 Andy 的，然后你就突然间尿遁了。Okay, Kevin, can you help me? Can you help them?
所以
sine
我要去
35
上
equals
厕所
what?
啊！
去。sine 35 equals what? sine 30等于多少？
0.573576.
0.73，你只要给我4位数就可以，4 digit。
0.5735.
Okay, very good. Okay, so because sine 35, Andy, did you see that? So sine 35 equals 0.5735 equals y over 12. So does anybody can tell me y equals what? Very easy. 0.5735 times 12. Correct, Jason? Which is 6.88. Okay, so y equals 6.88. So you have two options, okay? So you can choose cosine 35 because cosine 35 equals adjacent divided by 12. Get it, everybody? So cosine 35 equals what? Oliver.
0.8191.
0.88 what?
8191.
Thank you. So x
And then
divided by
more
that. Okay,
numbers.
so x equals what? 0.8191 times 12, correct? Okay, so you have this one, 9.83. And also there's another way is what? Using the Pythagorean theorem, right? Because you know this is 12, this is 6.88. So x equals what? Equals 12 squared minus 6.88 squared equals x squared. Correct, Vicky? Though you go to the washroom, I hope you still get it.
有
啊，勾股定理都忘了呀？c 的平方等于 a 的平方加 b 的平方呀，
好，知道了。
对啊，自己打一下自己屁股，好吧？好不好？就不要逼我来打了。
好，
OK，好，good job。Okay, everybody understand? So this one is quite easy, right? We're just using another 5 minutes to go through that. So that's the same thing. So everybody, if you have 25 and 9 using the Pythagorean theorem, 25 squared minus 9 squared equals x squared. Correct? So you can find out x squared equals what? Equals 23.3. So why this is so important? Because we know sine beta equals 9 over 25. So this is a number, right? So you're just using sine -1, 9 over 25 equals beta. Understand? Get it, everybody? Kevin,
Wait.
Andy, Jason,
Wait.
哪个地方不懂？如果不懂的，我们让 Oliver 来解释一下。Oliver 来，你给我解释一下。你解释的多，你自己就懂了。
For what?
So does everybody understand it? If you understand it, we're going to move forward. 如果不懂就马上问，没关系的啊。都会了吗？
差不多吧。
什么叫差不多？没有差不多，哪个地方不会？快点问我。
那就是会了。
怎么这样？你 calculator 拿过来，你 calculator 有没有？
我这个设备可以分屏 calculator。
Okay, Andy 会吗？Okay, so that's the same. Example 5, Kevin, is the same as the example 3. So this is 65. So the only thing is this time, the hypotenuse you don't know. So it's still sine 35 equals 8 over z, right? So sine 35 equals 0.56 whatever to 8 equals 8 over z. Yeah, Jason?
Isn't it supposed to be 55?
Oh yeah, 55. 你刚才跟我说的，我到现在还记着，烦死了，都是你不好。Okay, so z equals 8 over 0.5628. Okay, so that's the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to move.
Let me copy. No.
No，
答案啊我不给你们
Thank you.
抄，烦呀，不给你们抄。
哎，
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
this is basically just a homework, okay? Just using the thing and everything, no problem at all. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on doing these questions with you, okay? 这些有点难啊。好，小朋友们看一下，这边有个三角形，对不对？这里有一个三角形，这里又有一个三角形，这里又有一个三角形。它让你们求的是 AB 等于多少？Okay, the measurement of AB. Oh, by the way, Kevin, sometimes I use in Chinese. Can you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Because I have some pure don't understand a hint of Chinese student and they think I'm talking nonsense.
Alright.
Okay, you can understand, right, Kevin?
Yep.
Okay, good. So Vicky, how do we find out AB? So let me just to tell you, okay? So did you find out, Jason, the hypotenuse of ACD is also the adjacent of BED? Did you find out? 这条边对于这个三角形来讲，它是一个长边，它是个斜边，对不对？但是对这个三角形来讲，它就是一个 adjacent。
里边
对，就是底边了。好了，我们要先通过 cosine 40度找到这条边，然后再用 cosine 42度找到这条边，再用 cosine 25度找到这条边。Okay, so this is how the process is going. So I'm going to explain one by one. Okay, so because for triangle BCD, I want to use cosine 40 equals adjacent, which is 8, divided by BD. Do you understand, everybody? Because cosine equals adjacent divided by hypotenuse. We know cosine 40 because using the calculator. Andy, right? Jason, right? Using the calculator.
Adjacent
Yeah,
is
adjacent. 因为对40度来讲 opposite 是不是 CD？我不要 CD 啊。I don't know CD, right? So that's why it's adjacent divided by opposite. Sorry, hypotenuse, correct? OK, 好，那谁告诉老师 cosine 40等于多少？
0.7660.
Okay, 0.7660. So like that. Okay, so 8 divided by BD equals what? So can you tell me BD equals what? BD equals 8 divided by 0.7660, 对不对？好了，我们是不是通过这个就把 BD 算出来了？对不对 ，everybody? So can you tell me BD equals what? Anybody? 8 divided by 0.7660.
Oh.
10.4438.
什么什么？
10.3. Wait. 10.4438.
Okay, 10.44. So we're just using 10.44. Okay, so everybody, again, we're talking about triangle BDE, okay? So with the triangle BDE, I'm using cosine 42 is adjacent 10.44 divided by BE, correct, everybody?
yes，
Okay, so BE equals what? BE equals 10.44 divided by cosine 42 degrees. So everybody, who can tell me cosine 42 degrees?
0.7431.
0.7431. So just using 10.44 divided by 0.7431. 有人告诉我们 10.44 divided by 0.7431 equals what?
Oh, never mind.
0.59211411
What? It was 12
4165.
something, right? 10.44
Yeah. Oh wait, it's 14.049253
14 point something. OK，那我们就两位就行了。14 point what?
04.
04. OK, 1404. So this one's 1404. So I think everybody, you know how to do it already, right? So it's cosine 25 equals 14.04 divided by AB, correct? So cosine 25, sorry, equals 0.9063, right? So basically it's 14.04 divided by 0.9063. So AB equals 15.49. Jason, do you understand?
Which question are we doing?
Number C. 我一直在做这题，
Oh, we're still doing numbers. Okay.
你肯定刚刚开小差了。
I thought we were doing number A, B, A, D.
Okay, so Oliver, do you understand? Vicky,
No.
which part?
Like
Every
the
part.
last part.
They're always the same. 所有的都是用了一个公式。Kevin, 你懂了吗？
Sort
还是
of.
不太明白？不太明白，不太
哦，
明白。
对啊，是那个 c 的平方等于 a 的平方加 b 的平方。
没有，完全没有用这个，你们都没有听。我跟你讲，我就知道你们都没有听。Andy，你有听懂吗
What was the question?
？Andy, I'm asking Andy, not Jason. Andy, how
A
about you?
little.
Huh?
A little.
A little. Okay, we can do it again. Okay. So first of all, everybody, let's take a look at this triangle, this green triangle. Okay, so I want everybody to do one thing. Can you tell me for the angle 40, which line is the opposite line of angle 40?
CD.
CD.
Very good. So this one is opposite. Okay, so which one is, 哎，你的线太粗了。So what is the adjacent line of BCD?
8.
8, very good. This is adjacent. And what is the hypotenuse? It's BD, right? Okay, so Kevin, I want to ask you, what is cosine 40 equals to? There is a formula, is adjacent divided by hypotenuse, correct? 这有没有让你一开始的时候就让你记下来的，对不对？有没有让你抄下来？好了，那我问你 adjacent 是什么？
Wait, hold on. Let me copy it down.
What is adjacent? .哎，没有人知道啊！我刚才问过了，这条边是 adjacent，然后我就问你们 adjacent 是什么，然后没有人知道了。adjacent 是什么
It's 0.766.
？No, adjacent 是什么 ？Jason，不要跳过去。
Oh, it's 8. My bad.
Thank you. And do we know the hypotenuse? We don't know, so we
No,
just
not yet.
write it BD, right? Okay, now Jason, can you tell me cosine 40 degrees equals what?
It is 0.7660.
0.7660. Okay, so did you get it, Kevin? So we have this equation, Vicky, 跟 a 的平方加 b 的平方等于 c 的平方，一毛钱关系都没有。OK，再看别的东西，我要跑到你家来了啊！啊， 你不要以为我不知道啊，你知道吧？这老师虽然跟你隔得很远，但是我有火眼金睛，你知道我是什么意思的吗？Okay, so Kevin understand, Jason understand? Okay, by
Yes.
this equation, we can find BD equals 8 divided by 0.7660. Correct? Andy? Okay, good. So BD equals what? 那每个小朋友把计算器拿出来呀。8 除以
10.44.
10.44. OK，好了，Vicky understand？好了，那这条线就等于 10.44。OK，好了，那我们再看这边一个三角形 BED。OK， 三角形 BED。
Wait. Say we didn't have BC and it was CD instead. So we would use sin
对了，
instead, right?
非常好，Thank you,
Yeah.
Jason。你已经会举一反三了，对不对？You can think about something。如果这道题目8我不知道，我只知道这里是8，那怎么办？很简单，那我 instead of using cosine, I using sine 40 degrees because it is opposite divided by hypo. Okay, so Kevin, Vicky, and Andy. So when we're going to pick sine or cosine is based on which one is no and which one is unknown. So we already know the adjacent and we want to find out the hypotenuse. So that's why we're using cosine because cosine is a ratio of adjacent over hypotenuse. Understand? And if we know the opposite and we want to know the hypotenuse, we're using sine because sine is a ratio of hypotenuse divided by hypotenuse. Get it? So if we have another question, for instance, for this question, we know hypotenuse, we know this one is, for instance, 35 degrees, okay? And we know this one is 4, and we want to know the adjacent. 那老师问你们应该用哪个？是 cosine, sine 还是 tangent？ So 我们再复习一下啊。Sine equals opposite divided by hypotenuse. We know opposite. We want to know adjacent. Obviously, we want to find a trigonometry which having the relationship between opposite and adjacent. So we should using what?
And
Very good. Thank you, Kevin. Because tangent equals opposite divided by adjacent. So we can do 1035. So for instance, opposite is 4. So we can very easily find out adjacent. Understand, Vicky? Andy?
然后老师，你让我抄完。
好。Andy 懂吗？ Okay, good. 很好。
Tangent is used for
Tangent
finding
是 opposite 和 adjacent 的关系。
Yeah.
Sine 是 opposite 和 hypotenuse 的关系。那cosine 是 adjacent 和 hypotenuse 的关系。
Yeah.
Mhm.
抄完了。
Okay, understand everybody? 那我们下面一步是不是也是一样的啊 ，Jason？ 你知道了这个，然后求这个，对不对？跟这个步骤是不是一样？然后再用这个，你知道这个，然后求这个，是不是一模一样？ So they are basically just to copy everything, okay? So let's take a look at this question, okay? So this question is hard. Okay, we want to find out AB. So everybody, since I already told you, the trigonometry can only used in right triangle. So that means we have a right triangle here, and we have another right triangle here. Right, Kevin? Right, Vicky? So in order to find out AB, that means we need to find out AO first and OB first, then plus them together, correct? Andy? Jason? Oliver? Okay, Oliver. So my requirement for you is upper and higher. So without my explanation, you have to find out the answer immediately yourself, okay? So the rest of them.
It's a find the area of.
No. Find AB. 这个题目就是所有的题目都是找 AB。Okay, everybody. So everybody, let's take a look at this one. So we know this 6 feet to this 65 degrees. What is this? Everybody, can you tell me? It's opposite, adjacent, or hypotenuse? 对65度这个角来说，这个6 feet 是什么？是 opposite? Yes, very good. It's opposite. Correct, Jason? 如果你们不是很清楚它为什么是 opposite，你就画一条箭头。你看，这个65度指的这条就是 opposite。Get it, Kevin? Get it, Andy? OK， 好了，那这条是 opposite，对不对 ？OK，and we want to find out this one. So opposite, and this one is what? This one is what? Vicky， 这条最长的斜边是 hypotenuse. This is opposite. 这条是什么啊
Jason.
Adjacent. Thank you, Kevin. Very good. This is adjacent. Okay. 好了 So you want to know something about opposite and adjacent. I want to ask you which trigonometry you're using.
Tangent.
Very good, Kevin. Good job. So tangent 65 degrees equals what? Tangent theta equals what? Vicky, 不许再玩头发了，告诉我。
没有了，弄你的帽子。
那 tangent 等于什么？
2.144.
不要直接说，告诉我等于什么除以什么
Opposite.
？Opposite divided by
Adjacent.
Very good. Okay, which in this question is 6 divided by adjacent.
Adjacent.
Very good. So tangent 65 is a number. 6 is a number. We easily find out adjacent. Okay, everybody, you do it yourself.
Is it 2.1445?
OK，就是6去除以这个，对不对？tangent 的65度我不知道是什么的，我查一下啊。So it's 2.1445, right? Equals 6 divided by adjacent. So adjacent equals what? Equals divided
6
by
divided by
yeah.
2.14. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So equals 2.80. 好了，小朋友们，我们已经算出来这条等于2.8，对不对？好了，那用同样的方法，请你把这一条算出来。Is it the same? Exactly the same. 46. The adjacent opposite is 6. And then we want to find the adjacent. Still using what? Still using.
Tangent.
Yes, everything the same.
Is it 5.82524?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's tangent 46 equals 6 over adjacent, right? So all you need to do is find tangent 46 equals 1.0355 equals 6 divided by adjacent. So 6 divided by 1.0355 equals, this one equals 5.79
Yeah.
plus together equals 8.59 is the answer.
Right.
Oliver, did you get it right?
What?
Did you get it right? I asked you to do this one yourself.
Yeah, I did. I sent it in the chat.
Okay, good. Very good.
I sent it in 4 digits. Like the 4, like 8.5921. It did it like that.
Okay, very good. Good job. Okay, Jason, you get it right as well.
Mm.
Yeah, you're allowed to using the calculators. Everybody's
Right.
using. Okay, very good. Kevin, did you get it? Kevin? Kevin,不理我。Kevin, 你听得到我的声音吗？ Okay,
My microphone's off.
okay. Jason, I think you understand very well already, correct? 然后你眼睛又在看什么东西？我从你眼睛的反光里面看到了一些别的东西，一些不应该看的东西。For instance， 是吃的，你是不是又想吃小东西了？ You want to eat something good? Okay, so everybody, that's the same thing. Okay, for this question, it's all about calculating AB. Okay, so if this is 45, so how do we do this? Okay, so for this question, this is 35, this is 45. 我想问一下小朋友，我们要不要知道 AC， 还是我们只需要知道 AD? Do we need to calculate AC, or we only need to find out AD for this question? The target is AB, right? So for this question, Vicky, we need to use C squared equals A squared plus B squared. We need to use that one, okay? Because for this one, we need to find out AD and we need to find out BD. Then AD squared plus BD squared equals AB squared. Okay, so now the question is became, how do we find out AD? How do we find out AD? Because AD is obviously triangle ACD's hypotenuse, and CD is triangle C at 35's what? Adjacent. 好，现在我要问大家一个问题，我们知道 adjacent， 我们要知道 hypotenuse， 用 sine、cosine 还是 tangent？
Sine.
No,
It's some cos, I'm pretty sure.
cosine, yeah. Because
Yeah.
Wendy, sine theta equals opposite divided by hypotenuse. But we want to find out the relationship between adjacent and hypotenuse. So it should be equals what? Cosine theta equals adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Correct, everybody? Get it? OK， 如果你自己不是很清楚到底要用哪个，用 sine、cosine 还是 tangent 的时候怎么办？你就把这3个全都写出来，然后呢，在自己的草稿纸上知道说，哦 ，I know adjacent, I want to know hypotenuse。那你看 adjacent hypotenuse， 那肯定用的是 cosine。Get it, Kevin? Get it, Jason? Okay, so that is the best way of doing that because you need to ask yourself a question. So that's why it is cosine 35 equals 45 divided by 80. And also, this one 35, this is 90 degrees, this is 55 degrees. Hey, Jason, this time I get it right, hey? Okay, so now, again, this 30 is adjacent of 55 degrees. And we want to know the hypotenuse, again, it's using cosine again. So it's cosine 55 equals, 这个是什么？谁帮我弄掉了？真烦人。30 divided by hypotenuse. Get it? So by doing, sorry, I just using BD. 那你是不是 AD 求出来啦 ？Vicky 对不对？你是不是 BD 也求出来啦？你 AD 和 BD 都求出来怎么办？把它平方一下就等于加起来就等于 AB 的平方。So you can just do square root it. 明白了吗？如果有不懂的，现在问老师啊。
Are we supposed to do it now?
No, I just want you to take notes.
Okay.
那回家的时候，到时候这是你们的回家作业，对不对？如果你现在不懂的，还可以问老师，好不好？不要回家以后说，我这不会，这个老师坏死了。Kevin, will you say something like that to me?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, so every method we use, like sin, cos, and tan, they're all used to find the hypotenuse?
没有啊 ，tangent 是跟 hypotenuse 没关系的嘛。
Oh, yeah.
但是 sine 是 opposite 和 hypotenuse，cosine 是 adjacent 和 hypotenuse。而且 Jason， 我跟你讲，有一个很重要的事情，你一定要相信老师啊。OK，so all of you need to copy me。这个是我总结出来的学习方法，大家一定要记住啊。就小朋友们 hypotenuse 是不会错的，因为是最长的那条边，不会错的。但是 adjacent 和 opposite 经常会弄错，对不对 ，Kevin、Andy， 对不对？怎么办？你就拿这个46度，你看到了，就画一个箭头，这个箭头啪出去指的那条就是 opposite。看到65度没有？啪指出去这个就是 opposite。Get it? So the angle cannot be 啪指着的就不是 opposite, adjacent. Understand? Because hypotenuse, nobody is going to make mistakes because it's the longest line of this right triangle. Correct? It's always the hypotenuse is nothing wrong with it. It's always opposite and adjacent has some problem.
So using tangent, we're basically trying to find the adjacent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to spend some time to do the E, okay? So Oliver, take a look at this one, okay? So again, we're going to calculate the AB. 这道题目有一点难，因为它的三角形的大小完全都是不一样的。Okay? Correct? So we need to think about it. So the thing is, everybody, you need to find out there are 90 degrees here. So if this is 47, Andy, this is 47. Can you tell me this angle equals what?
47.
啊？
Wait, 45.
哭了，90减去
哦
40，等于多少
43.
Yeah, 43. Thank you. 那老师问你这个角度呢
47.
？Yes, very good. OK，好，如果你发现这个秘密以后，你发觉我根本不需要这个三角形，因为这边是47度，对不对 ？If this one's 47 and this is what? This 22 yard is exactly the opposite line of degree 47. And we want to find out AB. AB is hypotenuse of 47. So let me ask you, opposite and hypotenuse, which trigonometry we're going to use?
Sin.
Sine. It's not saying, it's sine, okay? 不是
I'm
不是有
sorry.
罪啊，不是有罪. It's sine, okay? So everybody, let's read it together. Sine, cosine, and tangent. And later on, we're going to learn cotangent.
Okay.
Okay, so sine, cosine. 你知道，你不要到时候题目做得很好，然后出去跟人家说啊，我这个是 sin 做出来的，人家说什么东西啊？什么玩意儿？什么 sin？ 对不对？ Okay, so it's sine. 你 sing 你是唱歌做出来的 ，a sing a song. Okay, so very good. Okay, so Kevin, we're using sine 47 equals opposite, which is 22 yard over AB. So AB directly we can find out equals what?
AB is sin 22 divided by sin 47.
22 divided
Sine
by
47.
47 degrees. Okay, very good. Get it, everybody? Okay, so all I want you to establish in your brain is what? Is you have to have a thinking about what we need and what we want. It's actually not for the math. It's for every single subject you're learning. Okay? 想要什么? What you need. Okay? Kevin, first. Andy, Vicky, first find out what you want. Then find out what you need. Then collect them together. Okay, so everybody, let's move forward to the last question and also the hardest question for this one. So this one is also one of the 很早很早以前的 AMC 10的 question. Okay, Oliver? 就很早很早以前啊，90几年，95年的时候。Okay, so let's take a look at this. 好 For this question, 为什么 hard 呢？哎，谁在说话？
Because there's a circle.
I think it's my mom.
Okay. Why it is hard is because you didn't see any right triangle here at all. Don't you, Vicky? Did you see a right triangle? 有没有看到？
Yes.
没有，你看到了，在哪里？ You can draw on my.
There's one over there.
你要加一条辅助线 ，OK？ 没有辅助线，你是看不到这是直角三角形的。这个不是，这个是外面的，我们不要外面，我们要里面，因为 AB 在这里。看到没有 ？OK， 看到没有？老师加了一条线。OK，so AB is a line just touches circle A, circle O. So that's why this is a right triangle. This is also a right triangle. And 24 is a radius of this bigger circle, and 18 is a radius of the smaller circle. Okay, everybody? So this question, we cannot directly use it because we only know this longer pink line is 70 centimeters. So we have to using X, everybody. So I'm using this one as O and this one is P, okay? It's easier for me to describe. So OB equals X and PB. If OB equals X, everybody, PB equals what?
PB is equal to
the total OP is 70. OB is X. So PB is what?
it would be
70 minus X.
yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, this one is 70 minus 70 minus X, right? Okay, so let me ask you a question, okay? So AB squared equals BP squared minus 24 squared, correct? Everybody, take a look.
，Yes.
take a look.
对。
Okay, so let me ask you a question, okay? So AB squared equals BP squared minus 24 squared, correct? Everybody, take a look. Do you understand this one? Because it's happened in the right triangle. So it's c 的平方减去 b 的平方等于 a 的平方。Okay, so now the question became, if we know BP, if we know X, we know everything. Correct? So there's one thing in this question is the same. It is an angle here and angle here is the same. OK， 我今天会把这道题目讲一讲。如果你完全不能完全理解 Kevin、Vicky、Andy、Jason is totally fine， 因为这一天是你们第一节课学这个 trigonometry， 这个是 trigonometry 里面最难的题目了。你们在考试的时候是完全不会做到这么难的题目的 ，understand？ 我今天就给你们讲一下，你们只要能看得懂就可以了，好不好？如果不会做也没关系，毕竟 this is your first class。那这个题目如果在你们学校里面呢，要学到2个月以后才学，所以没关系，不会做，好不好 ？OK， 但是我会给大家讲一下。So because of the angle is the same, so that's why 18 over x should equals to 24 over 70 minus x. So this one should be learned in your similar triangle. Kevin, do you still remember that? Right? Because this one over this one equals this one over this one, because these two triangles are similar triangle. By using that, we can find out the value of x. If we find the value of x, we can find the value of BP, and immediately everything can be solved. Correct, everybody? OK， 如果我们用了9年级的知识，很容易就解决了。OK， 都不用到 trigonometry。好了，我们现在来说一下，最后的10分钟，老师会给你们讲一下 the relationship of sine, cosine, and tangent. For this part, everybody, all you need to do is just copy down the formula, which is here. Please copy them down. Not
yet.
Okay.
全部都要抄完啊！
一共5
Same.
个。
哎，太久没写字了。
老师帮你写好不好？老师以后吃饭就嚼碎，给你吐到嘴巴里。喵喵喵喵喵。你看，Kevin 把耳机都拿下来，他说：“我不想听到这些脏东西。”
我们还是心灵纯洁的小朋友。
我就吐给你吃，怎么就不纯洁了呢？你看那些那个母鸟都是吐给小鸟吃的啊。小鸟都这样嘴巴张开的，这样吃。
我抄完了。
Okay, very good. 好，那这个有什么用啊？那我来跟大家说一下。Okay, so when I told you sine 30 equals 0.5, so with the equation, Jason, you can immediately tell me cosine 60 also equals 0.5. Get it? OK，好，那如果有一个小朋友，比如说啊，我现在给你出道题目，Vicky，我说 sin 35 equals 0.6531，我 just made it up. Can you tell me what is cosine 55 equals？你能不能做？你以前不会做，对不对？Without the calculation 怎么做？哎，现在你会做了，还是等于6531 because sin theta equals cosine 90 minus theta.
I still don't know what the zero thing after the thing or
啊，哪个？
the
这个东西
zero.
吗？
Yeah, that thing.
Oh, that's called a theta.
Oh,
It's called a theta. Like， 你看啊，看我怎么发音呢？就把舌头放在你两个牙齿中间，theta.
theta.
Yeah, it's a Latin. It's a Latin 的这个 number，word. 对啊，就是比如说我们以后还要学 alpha，这个读 alpha, beta,
Hours.
theta.
What does it do?
Oh, just the same thing as x, y, and z, but it's just the variables.
Okay.
Yeah, 但是看起来是不是很帅？听起来是不是有一种很帅的感觉？就你说哦，cosine x 就感觉 low 掉，整个 low 掉。你说哦，cosine theta 就感觉很高级。So theta, beta, alpha is usually used to describe as a variable of an angle. So x, y, and z is using as a variable of the algebra. Understand, Jason? 就我们在说角度的时候，它是一个未知的角度，我们 usually use theta, beta, alpha。但是我们用在那个variable 在那个 algebra 里面，在方程式里面，我们用的 x, y, z. Get it?
Yep.
Okay, so everybody, let's take a look at this one. Okay, so there's a very important one is having here is sine theta squared plus cosine theta squared is always equals to 1. So this is something you can directly use, Kevin. For instance, I tell you sine theta equals 3 over 5. Please tell me what is cosine theta and tangent theta. 好了，你前面是不是有公式？1 equals sine theta square plus cosine theta square，对不对？好了，那1 equals what? Equals 3 over 5 squared plus cosine theta squared, correct? So this one equals 9 over 25. So 1 minus 9 over 25 equals cosine theta squared，对不对，Vicky？我把这个放过去，对不对？好了，那也就是说 cosine 平方 theta 等于什么？等于16 over 25。那 cosine 等于多少？等于4 over 5。Correct？只用公式。好了，他又问你 tangent theta 等于多少？哎呀，老师前面让你抄过的，对不对？Vicky 说啊，都要抄啊。但 anyway，你现在发现抄下来就有用了，对不对？好了，sin theta divided by cosine theta 等于 tangent theta。sin theta 我们知不知道？知道的，3 over 5。那 cosine theta 知不知道？哎，我们知道的4 over 5，所以就是3 over 5 times 5 over 4。So the answer is 3 over 5。Get it? Everybody? Okay, so this is just the basic way of using all the formulas. So just one by one, okay? So let's take a look at the next one. So this one's even easier. So 好，我们这道题目我们大家自己做一下，好不好？我觉得很容易的。Okay, so I'm going to block it. So I know cosine theta equals 2 over 3. And please find out sine theta and tangent theta. 加油，小朋友，加油！
唉，
你叹什么气，Vicky？好了，有小朋友做好了，对不对？好了，今天最后一道题目，让我们用一个非常完美的结束来看，大家每一个人都会做这道题，OK？So because cosine theta squared plus sine theta squared equals 1. So it's 4 over 9 plus sine theta squared equals 1. So sine theta squared equals 5 over 9, right? Because 4 over 9 plus 5 over 9 equals 1. So sine theta equals what? Yes, square root 5 over 3, because we just do square root top and square root bottom. Okay, so we already know the sine theta. So how about tangent theta equals sine theta over cosine theta equals square root 5 over 3 divided by 2 over 3. So equals square root 5 over 3 times 3 over 2. So equals square root 5 over 2. Okay, get it, everybody? So we're not going to do very hard question today, but I just want you to know this is the hardest part for the grade 10. 所以你们还觉得 grade 10难吗? So we're going to using 3 months to finish the whole entire grade 10. Okay, Jason, are you excited? How about you, Kevin? Okay, so the speed or the quick or slow is going to be adjusted by if you can give me enough information. Okay, I'm a very decent person. So Kevin, if you think it's too hard, too quick, or Andy think 老师你讲得太慢了 ，OK， 或者 Oliver 说老师我一点都听不懂 ，You're welcome to give me the feedback. So I'm going to change the process of the class. Okay, Jason? So if, for instance, 你很早就可以问我了，你说那个像零一样的那个东西上面有一个，那到底是什么 ？Okay, always ask me directly because it's not a huge big class. Okay, so everybody get your chance. Just stop me and just say, "Hey, Carrie, can you tell me this?" Okay, so in this class, nobody will worry about like, "Oh, 你为什么问老师这个问题?" You can ask me any questions if you want. Get it, Vicky?
Yeah.
你今天吃的是草莓吗？
是的，
好吃吗？
好吃。
我过会儿也要去吃。你每次都上课的时候吃东西，然后我就很馋，所以我觉得要把吃的东西放在旁边，不然的话我好惨。Okay, Andy, so you understand everything? So if you don't worry about it, okay? It's just the start of the class. You're a little bit this and that. We already get to know the trigonometry. At least you know the trigonometry is happening in the right triangle. And when you know the opposite and you want to know the hypotenuse, you need to use what? You need to sine. When you know the adjacent and you want to know the opposite, you're using tangent, right? If you want to find out the adjacent, you only know the hypotenuse, you're using cosine. Correct, everybody? List something you know and something you want to know, and it's very easy for you to target which trigonometry you're going to use. Get it, everybody? So me is just the people who's helping you to build the bridge between something you know to something you don't know. Okay, So that's it for today's class. I wish you enjoyed it, and I'm going to send you the homework. Oliver，你在笑什么？肯定在玩别的东西。又被我发现了吧？Okay, so everybody, that's it for today's class. We're gonna see each other next week. Okay, bye bye.
Wait, what was the answer to the